Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our daily devotional on this Wednesday morning from the South Freeport Congregational Church. I'm Pastor Jeremy Young, and it is my pleasure to bring back these devotionals each and every Wednesday morning. I begin our time together by reading you words from the book of John, chapter 14, verse 27. They are familiar words to many of us, where Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Well, this devotional is coming to you on Wednesday morning, the 20th, but because it releases first thing in the morning, I had to record it yesterday on January the 19th. Well, today is the 20th, and it is the day where many of us should be celebrating the inauguration of our country's 47th president in Joe Biden and our new vice president, Kamala Harris. Let me preface, before I say anything further, by saying that this devotional is not politically driven in any way, shape, or form. It is a devotional to talk about and to discuss, to discern the challenging times that we are experiencing here within our country. While today should be a great day of celebration, the truth is there are those who are not happy about our new president, and there are those who are ecstatic about our new president. Regardless of where each one of us falls on the political spectrum, I believe that as followers of Jesus, followers of the teachings of Christianity, I believe that we all share in the concern about what events may unfold today. Across the news over the last several days, we have been hearing and reading, as well as hearing on radio, about the potential violent uprisings around our country in all 50 states. Sadly, including our beloved state of Maine. And it goes without saying, I believe that the riots that took place at our nation's capital on January 6th were more than unsettling. Recently, someone asked me, where is God in all of this? Why doesn't God just make it stop? Why is God allowing these terrible things to happen? I share with you some words that were given to me by one of my very early mentors when I was beginning to do some ministry work. He shared with me one day these very simple words. He said, "Jeremy, this work in ministry does not make you the answer man. It does not make you the answer man." And those are words that I have held very near and dear over the course of my time in ministry, and I know that I will continue to hold them close because that is the truth, that I do not have the answers to everything. However, when I think about that question of why is God allowing this to happen, why doesn't God just make it stop, I want to share with you this morning my personal way of dealing with these times in life that are so unexplainable, if you will, that it is easy to say, where is God? Why did God allow this? Why isn't God stopping it? So when these times come, for me, I often take a step back and I consider this fact. We live in a human world. And in this human world, every one of us has an element of human free will. Those of us that are watching, those of us that are seeking the will of God, that is our will. We are seeking to walk in the footsteps of Christ. We are seeking to share God's love, to make a positive difference in our communities and in the world around us and with those that we come in contact with along the way. But sadly, in that element of human free will, there are also multitudes of people who do not seek to follow in the footsteps of Jesus. They do not seek to do good things, or at least good by the measures of our Christianity. But I also will tell you that in each and every moment that I do believe that God is there with us, both in the joy and in the sorrow, in the good times and in these troubling times. What do you think? What do you do? How do you try to make yourself feel better when bad things like this are going on in the world? I would love to hear some of your feedback, some of your answers about how you deal with these troubling times. Today, I am praying for peace in our country and in our world probably more than I than I ever have. It is moments like these where it's hard. It is so hard to believe in those words that Jesus said, do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. I am fearful. I am afraid. I am concerned about what violence may happen in our country today. But in the midst of it all, I still cling to those words of peace that Jesus speaks to us. I seek that peace, and I continue to seek to do the will of God in the world around me. I believe that that is what we are called to do. And every little act of kindness, every little act of love makes a difference in this world. If you were watching this devotional first thing on Wednesday morning, pray for peace. Pray for the safety of our country's leaders. Pray for our military men and women who are deployed around the U.S. Pray for our police officers, for our frontline workers. Pray for the innocent bystanders. Pray that in some way sensibility and love will rule the day. Pray for those who seek to do harm, that in the course of this day and the days ahead, that their hearts would be changed, that they will turn away from hatred and violence. If you are on the opposite end of watching this devotional and you were watching it at the close of Wednesday, I ask you to pray for the same thing, to continue to pray for peace, for safety, for love, for kindness. There are some times in the challenging moments of life where I don't know what to pray. I don't know what words to offer up. And so when those moments come, I am comforted, and I so often go back to those words that Jesus taught us, that prayer that he taught us, and I invite you to join me in that prayer wherever you are right now. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Peace be with all of you this day and in the days ahead. God bless you all. Amen.